his nephew.
Yes.
And while Lot seems to have learned little, Abram's faith is maturing.
Come on.
Abram is maturing
Yes.
into kingship.
Yes.
Abram is maturing into fatherhood.
My God.
Abram is maturing into priesthood.
Yes.
Lot's greedy desire for the best of everything led him into sinful surroundings.
My
Lot's burning desire for the best possessions
My.
and success of life cost him his freedom,
My.
cost him his enjoyment. As a captive to King Kedorlaomer,
Yes.
Lot is now faced with torture.
Yes.
Lot is now faced with slavery. Lot is now faced with death. Some people just drift through life. Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
Some people just drift through life. Their choices, if they can ever muster the will to choose, tend to follow a path of least resistance.
My God.
A path where they do not have to work hard for
Speak to
success.
us. Yes.
A path that looks very easy.
Oh, yes.
Lot was such a person. Lot lost his father when he was very young.
Yes, he did.
And this must have been hard on him.
Mm-hmm.
I know, for it was hard on me.
Yes.
For I too lost my father when I was just 11 years. And I did not have a man inside or outside the church who was willing and ready to father my 3 brothers and I without ulterior motive. I too can identify with Lot's lonely days,
Yes.
Lot's lonely months, Lot's lonely years. I too can identify with Lot's long space, long series, long floods of confusion. I can identify with Lot's search for identity and independence.
Yes.
But look what God has done.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Look what God has done. It is in this context that Uncle Abraham took on a father's role in the life of this young man. Abraham must have been good, pretty good. Hallelujah. He seems to have done a good job. But when he followed after God to find this new God, his nephew went with him too.
Yes.
Are you hearing me?
Yes.
The 21st century church needs more fathers like Abraham.
Yes.
Are you hearing me?
Glory to God.
More wives need to release their husbands into the lives of fatherless children.
Yes.
Are you hearing me? Christian men need to take on more responsibility to play a father's role in the lives of children and teenagers in the church as well as outside the church. Although life for Lot without a biological father was hard, he had strong role models who decided never to give up on him. Never to give up on him. His grandfather Terah and Uncle Abraham were always there for him. Throughout his life, Lot was so caught up in the present moment that he seemed very incapable of seeing the consequences of his actions. Can you imagine? Can you imagine what his life would have been without Uncle Abraham's fatherly attention?
My God.
Caring for him and his own son as his own son. Caring for him. Carrying him wherever he goes. You see, we can be enticed into doing things and going places we shouldn't.
Yeah.
The prosperity we long for is captivating. It can both entice us and it can enslave us if our motives are not in line with God's desire
Yes, sir.
for our lives.
My God.
Hallelujah. Father, it's not easy, but don't give up. Don't give up.
Don't.
Father, it's hard, but don't run away. Father, you have reached the end of your patience,
Yes.
but never you reject your son. Never you reject your daughter. Tell Jesus.
Yes.
Tell Jesus. Hallelujah.
Yes.
Tell Jesus. For he knows the limits to the power of those who are gathered to see you fail. Tell Jesus. For he knows the limits to the power of those who are gathered to see the destruction of your child. Talk to me, somebody. Tell Jesus. Tell Jesus. For he knows the limits to the power of those who are gathered to see you give up.
Yes.
To see you give up on your family. Hallelujah. Tell Jesus. Tell Jesus. For he knows the limits to the power of those who are gathered to see you throw in the towel.
Yes, sir.
And say, I didn't have anyone to help me. Tell Jesus. Tell Jesus. For he knows the limits to the power of those who are gathered to pressure you emotionally, to pressure you physically, to pressure you spiritually.
Yes.
Tell Jesus.
Tell Jesus.
Tell Jesus. For the God of heaven is saying to you right now, today, you are my son. You are my daughter.
Thank you, Lord.
Today, I have become your father.
Thank you, Lord.
Hallelujah. Ask of me.
Oh,
Ask of me. And I will make the nations your
Yes, Lord.
inheritance. Ask of me. And I will make the ends of the earth your possession. Hallelujah. Stay with me. I want you to stay with me a little longer. A little longer. And help me look at now at two things in this text.
Yes.
Now we have some hot people who come before the preacher. I want us to look at the father's loss and the father's rescue. The father's loss and the father's rescue. Verse 1 to 12. The father's loss. The first 11 verses of this chapter might puzzle the 21st century reader, for they are strangely secular.
Come on.
They seem remote, disinteresting,
Yes, sir.
and dull. They contain an account of the power struggle between two opposing coalitions of kingdoms.
Yeah.
The first block of nations was that of the four Mesopotamian kings of the east, including the king of Elam, now modern Iran. And the second alliance was made up of 5 kings, including the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yes.
Sodom and Gomorrah were sacked. Everything and everyone that could be carried off was carried off.
Yes.
This is the secular side of the news. But I see in the other side of the news a spiritual dimension.
Yeah.
This international incident is not to be understood only in terms of power struggle and economic forces. It was a part of the program of the sovereign God for the lives of 2 people, a nephew and an uncle, a fatherless child and an adopted father, a lost young man and a man of God who is being molded into becoming king, provider, protector, and priest. Hallelujah. The remark which to the unenlightened eye seems casual and incidental is fundamental. It says, and they also took Lot, Abram's nephew, and his possessions, and departed, for he was living in Sodom. He was living in Sodom. They took Abram's blood. They took Abram's blood. They took the one young man that Abram poured all of his life and value into. They are taking my blood.
Come on.
My generation. They are taking your blood. Your generation. They are pressuring that little one into accepting lesbianism and homosexual practices right in the classroom. They are pressuring that little one into accepting and practicing witchcraft right in the classroom. They are pressuring that little one into accepting and practicing robbery and gunmanship. They are molding that little one into the practice of the lowest forms of lewdness and immorality. But we declare war. We declare war. Spiritual war. Fiery war. Thunderbolt war. In the mighty name of Jesus. Hallelujah. It's time to tell the devil no. It's time to take a stand in the mighty name of Jesus. Hallelujah. Daddy, it's time to take a hold of the spiritual forces that are taking over your family and tell the devil, no way. No way! Somebody say, no way! No way! Can you imagine the thoughts which went through Lot's mind as he and his family and all their goods were being carted off to a distant land? He who had been so shrewd was now a slave. He who had been so shrewd was now a wind.
My God.
An effectual cowardice, and all because of his selfish choice. Daddy, they have taken your family member captive, for he has become one of them. She has become one of them. Daddy, they have taken your family member captive, for he thought he could have done it without you. But I say to you today, don't walk away as if you don't care anymore. Tell Jesus. Tell Jesus. Daddy, you may have never played the great role of a true father in the life of your child. You may have not known how to do it. Nobody taught you how to do it. Tell Jesus.
Tell Jesus.
Tell Jesus.
Tell Jesus.
Tell Jesus.
Yes.
You may be experiencing a father's loss, but you can also experience a father's rescue. Somebody say a father's rescue. Verse 13 says, then one who had escaped came and told Abraham the Hebrew, though he was living by the oaks of Mamre, the Amorite. Abraham is now recognized as the Hebrew. The Hebrew. This is the first time the word Hebrew is used in the Bible. This race to which Abraham is called and anointed is now being recognized. Hallelujah. The likely origin of the word means to cross over a boundary. To cross over a boundary. that anointing through the race to which Abraham belongs is ready to take him across a boundary.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
The enemy's boundary. An experience he has never had before.
Come on.
This anointing through the race to which Abraham belongs will break the yoke over his family and set his nephew free in the mighty name of Jesus. God has placed you in a race. I said God has placed you in a race and given you a name that is above every name on earth. Hallelujah. He has called you and placed you into a peculiar race. Hallelujah. In this anointing, you can cross the boundary.
Thank you, Lord.
I said you can cross the boundaries. The boundaries of the enemy. And take back what belongs to you. Hallelujah. In the mighty name of Jesus, let the power of the anointing rise up in you right now.
Arise, oh God.
Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. In the mighty name of Jesus. In the mighty name of Jesus. Rise up and demolish every boundary that has enslaved your life. In the mighty name of Jesus. Rise up and demolish every boundary that has enslaved your family. In the mighty name of Jesus. Hallelujah. It may take a crisis. It may take a crisis in your family. Hallelujah. For others to recognize who you are. Hallelujah. You're royal. Hallelujah. You're peculiar. You have a name. Hallelujah. That was not given to you by man. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, glory to God. It may take a crisis in your family to create an opportunity for God to use you to demolish the strongholds of the enemy on your family. Hallelujah. I say to you, seize that opportunity in the mighty name of Jesus. Don't let it pass you. Don't let it pass you. Rise up and seize it in the mighty name of Jesus. Abraham is beginning to become well known by those who live in the land. Abraham is beginning to become well established. It may take a crisis in your family for God to make you famous. Hallelujah. It may take a crisis in your family for God to establish you.
My God.
Somebody needs to cry out today. Somebody needs to cry out today. God, give me a heart like Abraham.
Hallelujah.
God, give me a heart like Abraham. Make me into a father like Abraham. Hallelujah. Mother, you have been fathering. Oh God, auntie, you have been fathering. Make me into a father like Abraham. A father who will go and rescue his child in spite of. A father who will soak himself into the power and into the blood of Jesus and go and rescue his child in spite of. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, somebody.
Hallelujah.
Somebody, hallelujah. Somebody needs to cry Jesus. Say Jesus. Say Jesus. Shout Jesus. Cry Jesus. Hallelujah. Verse 14. When Abraham heard that his relative had been taken captive, he led out his trained men. He led out his trained men. Born in his house, nurtured by him, 380, and went into pursuit as far, the scripture says, as far as Dan. He went into pursuit as far as Dan. Dan means judgment, verdict, sentence, conclusion, conclusion. Hallelujah. Dan means judge, adjudicator, referee, umpire. That means strife or contention, trouble, conflict. Abraham is ready for war.
Yes. War.
Abraham is ready for war.
War.
Abraham is ready for judgment.
Judgment.
Abraham is ready for trouble. And he ain't going to win. He ain't going to lose.
Come on.
Are you hearing me?
Come on.
He ain't going to lose. Hallelujah. Are you ready to make war with the devil?
Oh.
Are you ready to make war with the devil? Are you ready to take back what the devil has stolen from you?
My God.
Are you ready to take back your children from the jaws of the kingdom of darkness? God is ready.
God is ready.
God is ready. Are you ready?
God
is ready to deposit in you a militant spirit to mount a surprise attack on the camp of the enemy.
Yes, Lord.
A militant spirit.
Yes, Lord.
To vigorously pursue the forces that come up against members of your family. Hakasati Yabado Kotolomo Sete Kenene Kisata Kiadabakosoto Halamayoto Koso. A militant spirit to take back all members of your family from the camp of the enemy. Yodaba Kisati Adabakota. A militant spirit to fight until the victory is complete and secured. Glory to God. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Daddy, it's time for you to rise up and recover everything.
Yes.
Rise up in the name of Jesus and recover possession. Recover your family in the name of Jesus. Rise up in the mighty name of Jesus and recover your people and your family. Rise up and recover the prodigals in your family. I say rise up. Hallelujah. Rise up and tell Jesus. Somebody talk to me. Somebody say hallelujah. Hallelujah. Stand with me. We're going to pray. We're going to pray. We're going to pray. We're going to pray. God, give us a militant spirit. Give us a militant spirit. Shout the name of Jesus. 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 Hallelujah. Pray this with me. Pray this with me. Militantly. Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus. Cleanse me with your blood. And give me a militant spirit. Right now. Right now. I receive your name. I receive your anointing. Right now. I receive your full armor. Right now. Helmet of salvation. Breastplate of righteousness. Belt of truth. Shoes of the gospel of peace. Shield of faith. Sword of the Spirit. In the mighty name of Jesus. In the mighty name of Jesus. I receive power to put the enemies of my destiny to flight. In the mighty name of Jesus. I receive power to pursue the enemy and to take back all that he has stolen. All that he has stolen from me. In the mighty name of Jesus. I receive power to take back my family from the kingdom of darkness. In the mighty name of Jesus. I receive the anointing to be 10 times better. 10 times better than all my colleagues. In the mighty name of Jesus. Sanctify, Lord, that which I have taken back. Sanctify it, Lord. Place it in my life. Double time. Triple time. 7-fold. 100-fold. I declare no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And every tongue against me in judgment, I condemn, for this is my heritage as the servant of the living God, in the mighty name of Jesus. Arrows of darkness that rise up against my family, over to your sender, in the mighty name of Jesus. Any problem transferred into my family to make us suffer, to make us die. Die by fire! Die by fire! Holy Ghost fire! In the mighty name of Jesus. No wicked power that has captured my family, scatter by fire! Holy Ghost fire! In the mighty name of Jesus. Any king and the kingdom assigned against the greatness of my family, be dethroned now. Be dethroned now. In the mighty name of Jesus. Any queen and the kingdom tormenting my family, scatter by fire. Holy Ghost fire. In the mighty name of Jesus. Hallelujah. Any decree of darkness to steal the joy of my family be cancelled by the blood of Jesus. In the mighty name of Jesus. I take back what the devil has stolen from me. I take back what the devil has stolen from me. I take back what the devil has stolen from me. My life, my ministry, my joy, my family, my health. In the name of Jesus. In the mighty name of Jesus. Hallelujah! Hallelujah! And I come back shouting, Jesus! 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 Jesus!